Here we go. There we go. Thank you, Steph. That's odd. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, where are we at here? What you can expect from this challenge. I know we have several veterans doing this challenge. So they can give testimonies as well as to what are you going to get from this challenge? Well, you're going to get a seriously crazy transformation. And I have some previous transformations up on the board here. And essentially what you'll learn from today is you're going to get out of this challenge what you put into it. So these results came from 4 very dedicated individuals that followed the plan. They trusted the process, and their before and after pictures tell that story. So follow the plan, trust the process, and your results will be, in the end, an extremely crazy transformation. So we're excited to be on board with you on this journey. Next up, we have Leo, and Leo's going to talk to us a little bit about what he has to offer challenge-wise, meal prep-wise. Many of you on the call have used Lean and Tasty before. I know I personally have. I know Stephanie has. I know Chris down at El Cajon. I know all you ECers, you know Chris. Swears by Lean and Tasty. So we love Leo, and we're excited to have you joining us again for yet another challenge. And so I'm going to take it over to you, Leo, ask you to go ahead and unmute and take it away.
Hi, everybody. You hear me?
Yep, we definitely
hear. Perfect. Okay. Hi, everybody. First of all, wishing all of you good luck with this challenge. It's like what Jamie said, it's very important, and it shows results as much as you follow the guidelines. This is, I think, I lost count. We've been doing this for about 4 years with Hardcore Fitness. Yeah, we're going on our year 4 now. I've done so many challenges and helped so many people get to their goals using our food. Simple background about me: I'm an executive culinary trained chef, studied nutrition. So everything we deal with, we talk to the gym nutritionist and we get it approved. All our challenge meals are approved by Hardcore Fitness gyms. We serve all San Diego gyms, and your meals will be at your gym. Basically, we did a lot of things for you guys only. First of all, we have a special site only for hardcore fitness challengers. You do not need to go on the regular site. You have the site, just the challenge site. You can go to that site. Everything is online. The way to order: you have the bulk menu, the bulk protein you can buy by pounds. That if you like to prefer to calculate everything yourself, you will add to it your vegetables, you will add to it your carb, and make it into meals. Second way of ordering is a la carte. A la carte is basically all our challenge meals are portion controlled. So you're doing the cycle, high carb, low carb, 6 ounce protein, 4 ounce protein. You can modify every meal to fit the criteria, whatever you're doing. Third way of ordering, we do have the complete plan. Basically, the complete plan is going to be everything on your Hardcore Fitness plan made individually for you. So if you're following the 1200 calories, you're a male or female, that's what you're going to get. You're following the 3000 calories male or female, you will get that meal, and they have different prices. Very simple. These plans, you can just sign up one time and let it would automatically repeat itself to be delivered twice a week, because they have I think 20 or 22 meals to be delivered, half on Wednesday for 3 days and the other half on Sunday for the rest 3 days, and repeat. It's as simple as that. All the protein we use is lean. We don't use any fat. We don't use any oil in our cooking for the majority, almost everything, with the exception of only couple of meals are gluten-free. We don't use any dairy in our meals. Very low salt, no sugar whatsoever. And your meals would last, I can say, comfortably 6 days in your fridge. Also, the other way of getting your nutrition, we're going to have grab and goes at your gyms. At every gym will have certain amount of grab and goes. If you forgot to order, you're not planning to cook that night, you can just grab a couple of meals or whatever from the coolers at the gyms and enjoy. The way to communicate with us through the website, through email, through phone, social media, we answer everything. And I usually stop at the gym periodically, a couple of times a week. So I'll see a lot of you guys. And we'll be talking in regard to any questions you have. We're always here to answer your questions. And I guess this is it. I'm sure Jamie has a lot of stuff to talk about. I will be bringing you guys samples on Saturday to taste the food, to see how it goes. Yeah, I know it's a challenge food, but trust me, it's going to be tasty. That's why people love our food, because we use a lot of good spices and herbs to make it really tasty. Good luck, everybody. Thank
Hey,
you.
Leo, real quick before you go, do you want to go, and maybe I missed it, I was responding to some requests and letting people in the room. But did you talk about deadlines for ordering? Because I know that's
No.
something we're going to be asked right away is, when do I need to place my order? Can I get it before Monday? Like there'll be questions.
Definitely. The deadline is Thursday night. Thursday up till 11:59 at night, you can order for Sunday delivery. Now Wednesday, we're mainly keeping it for the plans. But if it's a last minute thing, any you can order Monday or Tuesday for Wednesday delivery. Should be no problem. We'll take care of that.
We're gonna actually have some people that aren't gonna get their meal plans till Saturday. Is there any way that they might be able to get meals that will start on Monday? Or is that impossible?
Unfortunately, at this moment, it is impossible because our production day is Saturday. While I'll be going to the gyms, my team gonna be preparing the meals. But what I'm doing, I took that into consideration. We're gonna have extra grab and goes in every cooler in the gyms. I'm sending probably 40 grab and goes to every gym, so for the challengers. And by the time you find out, you can put your order Saturday, Sunday, so you can get it on Wednesday.
Okay.
So typically, when we place an order by Thursday, you make 2 weekly deliveries. Did you talk about that already? So the food is fresh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Perfect.
delivering on Wednesday and Sunday. The other thing is, I forgot to tell you guys, we're adding a free meal to every order. So that's only for hardcore fitness. If you order 5 meals, please make sure to leave me in the notes. Just put free meal turkey taco or whatever, chicken kebab, just the name of that free meal. Otherwise, if you don't put the name of that free meal, I wouldn't know what to send you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. That's very generous.
You're very welcome.
Leo, you always take care of us, and we appreciate you, and we're super happy that you keep coming back to us.
Always. Good luck, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Leo.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so moving right along. So please, if you have any additional questions about Lean and Tasty, we have plenty of members at both locations that use them regularly, that can attest to the quality of the food, the taste of the food. We know it's going to be a little tricky getting your orders in by tomorrow night. So, you may be on your own the first week, and then just plan on next week on Thursday placing your order if meal prep is what you're interested in. If you have any questions, please go ahead and pop them in the chat box, and Steph and Don will take care of it. Take care of you. All right, let's talk about logistics and gym etiquette. So for you veterans, you pretty much should know this stuff already, but we do have a lot of newbies. joining us, newly joining us as new members and doing the challenge for the first time. So we want to make sure that we cover just some of the basics. We do ask that you book class in advance. We do have a 48-hour rule. Please do not book class before 48 hours, 2 days in advance. Yes, classes will fill up. And Stephanie, I know you can attest to this more so at the EC location, that early morning classes, if you're an early morning one, make sure you are booking 2 days before, 48 hours in advance. There's people who literally set their alarm clocks for midnight and at 12:01 they're booking classes. So if you don't do that and you wait till the day before and classes are full, you take your chances with being on the wait list. So just be mindful that 48 hours in advance, make sure you're booking your classes. If you book and you don't show to class or you cancel within, and I'm going to screw this up because I think it's an 8-hour window. If that's still, is that still Dawn, Steph?
Yeah,
8 hours?
it is. It's 8 hours.
Okay. So if you book outside within 8 hours, you will be charged. So, but just know, as you guys probably already know this, if there are circumstances, your kids, you're sick, your work, traffic, just call the gym. We're happy to take you out of class to save you the fee. Where you run into trouble is if it becomes a habit and you are consistently not showing up or canceling classes and you're taking spots from people who really want to take class and they're on a waiting list. And so that's the whole reason for this policy, is we really want to make sure we stay fair and that everybody has an opportunity to take class. And, you know, again, if something comes up, call us, but please don't make it a habit to sign up for class and, you know, 3 of the 5 days you're not showing up. Like, it's just not fair to everybody else. So just be mindful of that. Please be on time. I know all locations suffer from tardiness, and we do our very best to try to convey why it's so important for you guys to be on time. It just makes it so much better for our other members who they are there, and for our trainers. If you walk in after the demo's over, in the middle of the demo, and the trainer has to stop to show you the exercises, and I know, believe me, veterans, OGs, I'm guilty of it myself. It's like, I don't need to see the demo. I know how to do that. And then I get in there and I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? So just know, even veterans, please be on time. Please be respectful while the trainers are doing the demo. Stephanie, Dawn, and myself will all attest to the fact that we've taught class and how challenging it is that when you're trying to demo and you're trying to teach class and there's all this chitter chatter going on and there's a lot of new people who are actually trying to pay attention but are being distracted. So we just ask that we're respectful of everybody in the class and just keeping that side chatter down, or actually non-existent, while the trainer is demoing classes. Make sure to grab your band. I know you're all familiar with our iLift system and our different color bands. Make sure red being most critical if you are injured. Grab that. Is it red?
It's yellow. It's yellow.
I knew as soon as I said red, I'm like, we don't even have a red. So
yellow bands.
Yeah, learn the color coding system. I know we have them all over the gym, and we have the little signs in front of the baskets that tell you what the bands are. Grab the yellow band if you're injured. That just tells the trainer that, hey, something's wrong. You don't have to go into an explanation during the demo of why you grabbed the yellow. Just the trainer will come by and see you, and you can have a little chat with them to let them know why you chose the yellow band. Always go for the blue or purple. Woohoo! Make sure you use the lockers. Every gym is equipped with lockers. If you're a downtown member, you do need to bring your own lock. We don't have the codes on the lockers like other locations, so make sure you bring a lock. Make sure you bring your workout towel so you can wipe down equipment, and we keep the gym as clean as possible. Lastly, I know it's not on this list, but it's something I add every single time. Deodorant. You're at a gym, you're working out, you're sweating, we're all sweating. The worst thing on this planet is for any of us to have that conversation. We've all had to do it. None of us like to do it. So we just like to just try to have that preventative measure in there, and just a friendly reminder, stick some deodorant in your gym bag, and we'll all be much happier during our workouts. Steph, Dawn, anything to add on logistics or gym etiquette?
The only thing I add is I have a couple people that are heavy sweaters. And so they bring an actual beach towel to work out, especially for fight camp. So if that's you, like, no shame, just bring a beach towel and, you know, don't leave your sweat everywhere.
Perfect. Thanks, Steph. All right, next up. This is my favorite part of orientation because I feel like it is by far the most important part of the challenge. Go ahead, Steph.
I was just going to say a couple other things about the gym etiquette. One thing that we've had to deal with is everybody being respectful to put weights away and mindful of who's using certain weights so that you're not stealing someone else's weights. It's just nice to, you know, we try to keep everybody in their station and, you know, paired up and all of that, but being respectful of the weights and helping at the end of each station to put your weights away makes it so the gym is not cluttered with a ton of stuff.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so mindset and life. The challenge that you're about to embark on is 100% more a mental challenge than it is a physical challenge. And for any veterans on the phone, on the call and the meeting here, every single one of you, I know, will not argue that you will agree. It is 100% mindset. So going into the challenge, if you're aware of that and you can really just shift your mind into this isn't, oh my God, it's a challenge. Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to eat. I can't drink. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't that. It's going to be extremely challenging for you. So what we would ask of you is that first and foremost, you know your why. Why are you doing the challenge? Because your why is what is going to get you through the next 60 days. You're going to refer back to your why probably on a daily basis. Your captain is going to refer back to your why when you're struggling and you need a little bit of a push. Your challenge coordinators, your GMs, your staff at your gym, you're going to hear it a million times throughout the challenge. I'm sorry, why are you doing this challenge again? Because it is going to be our why that keeps us focused, that gets us through cardio when we absolutely do not have the energy to do it. It's going to get us through another white fish and asparagus meal when we absolutely think we cannot take another bite. Your why is going to be that driving factor that gets you through it. So I just ask over the next few days that you really put some thought into that. What are not just your goals as far as, oh, I want to lose 15 pounds. Well, why do you want to lose 15 pounds? Well, I want to fit into this dress. When was the last time you wore the dress? When you close your eyes and envision it, what does it look like? Where are you? Like really like get yourself into it. So you're excited about the challenge. You're excited about the results. You're excited about the relationships that you're going to form during this challenge because you are. You're going to make some really amazing friends during this challenge that you'll have for the rest of your life. And I'm not exaggerating, I promise. So really shifting your mindset to put you in a good place, knowing that you're going to be challenged. You're going to be asked to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to be asked to do things you never thought you would do. Maybe you've never hiked the backside of Cowles Mountain. Well, you're going to have the opportunity to do that with your team, like we do every challenge. And when you get to the top for the very first time, you're going to celebrate with your newfound friends, and it's going to be so awesome. So really just shifting to how exciting it's going to be rather than dreading all the sacrifices you're going to be making over the next 60 days. I want you to know there are going to be times in this challenge where you lose your mind, and it's perfectly normal and it's okay. And we're all here for you, and we're going to support you during that time. But I do want to just tell you this. Whether you think that you can do something or whether you think you can't do something, you're right. So I just want you to think about that statement. Whether you think you can do something or you can't do something, you're right. So that's how powerful your mind is. And Stephanie, I know that mindset is a big thing for you. And I know that you've influenced me so much on that level. So if there's anything that you'd like to add, I would love for your expertise to come on into play here.
Yeah, I just want to encourage all of you guys that your thoughts actually create your feelings, and your feelings are what drive your actions. So if your thoughts are bad, your feelings are going to be bad. Your actions are probably also going to be bad. So we have to change our thoughts to change our feelings, to change our actions. And I know that sounds really simple talking about that, but actually working your brain and your mindset is probably tougher than actually working out. So back to what Jamie said, everybody has a why. We're all here for a reason. We're all doing this for a reason. Grab onto that why, and all your captains are going to hear what your why is, and they're going to remind you of that when you forget, because you are going to have days when you say, I don't want to do cardio. I have to do this. I have to work out. I have to go to bed. I have to drink a gallon of water, and all these have tos. And the way that you perceive it is actually what's either going to motivate you or make you not want to do it. So I try to say certain things like, I get to work out. Even when I'm tired and I get up and I'm going to go do fasted cardio, I tell myself, I got to wake up today. I get to go do cardio because my why is bigger than whatever else. And that's what I have to remember. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. If you want, anybody wants any help with some mindset stuff, I have some thought records I could send to you. Super easy. I'm happy to email that out. It's part of another side thing that I do, but I want to give that all to you guys because it's worth you changing your mindset. Your mindset's what's going to keep you going even after the challenge is over. And we're really hoping that you guys don't just use this 60 days, but this becomes your lifestyle. That's what it's really, set to do is help it change your whole lifestyle.
Absolutely. Awesome. Okay. And so that being said, I know we are all very focused on our journey over the next 60 days, and we know we're about to learn what that's going to entail. But just know, because your journey over the next 60 days is changing from the way your life is now, the life around you does not change. So work doesn't change. The kids are still there and need to be fed and have all their activities to do. We still have, some of us have spouses at home, some of us are in school and working full time, and all those things that are happening there, none of that's going to stop because we're doing a 60-day challenge. So I wish they all did. And I wish we could just seclude ourselves at the gym and only have the gym in our 60-day challenge, but that's just not reality. So life is going to happen. It's going to continue. We're still going to have the same challenges and obstacles that we have now. We're just going to be doing a challenge on top of it. So what we have to remember is there are going to be obstacles. You are going to face something over the next 60 days that's going to make you want to stop the challenge. And you're going to have to revert back to your why and rely on, use the support systems around you, use your captains, your challenge coordinators, the staff, your trainers. You are surrounded by so many people, your teammates that are on this journey with you. So many of us here to support you. So when your obstacles happen, because they will, When they do, I want you to think back at this conversation, and I want you to say, okay, Jamie said this was going to happen. What am I supposed to do first? Because what I want you to do first is reach out. Reach out to the nearest person that you can, whether that is your captain. Maybe it's a teammate that you bonded with. Maybe it's a trainer that you train with. Maybe it's your challenge coordinator because they happen to be right there that moment when you get a call. So just reach out. Don't keep it in. Don't try to do it by yourself. You have too much support to handle the obstacles on your own. The entire purpose of having teams and a captain and teammates is to help strengthen that support system. A lot of us, myself, Stephanie, Dawn, it's very challenging to manage a challenge on your own. I mean, I can't handle 100 challengers and questions and obstacles all on my own. So this is why we formed teams, and we have very trusted captains who have been through challenges, who have been through obstacles, that are very well versed to help you. So the very first thing when your obstacles come about is to reach out, and just know that you are absolutely not alone on this journey. And just the other thing I like to point out is there are so many ways to get to a destination, right? I always say, like, Orange County. Like, if I want to go to Orange County, there are 4 or 5 different routes I can take to get to Orange County. One is a straight shot, that's what I want with the 60-day challenge. I want it to be a straight shot to my goal. Well, guess what? There might be a car accident. There could be a freeway closure. I can't get to Orange County in a straight shot. Well, so what if I have to go up the 15 to get to Orange County? Does that change the fact that that's where I'm going? No, it just means I get there a different way. So I may not be able to take the path that I put in my GPS that I wanted in the first place, but it doesn't change my destination. So you may not have a straight shot to the results and the goals that you're looking for. You might have to take a path that you didn't see. Like when we shut down during COVID in the middle of it, we had 2 weeks left of a challenge. It didn't change the fact that we had 2 weeks left of challenge. It just meant we had to do things differently. Well, guess what? We're going to be doing home workouts. We're going to be doing on-demand workouts. We're going to improvise. We're going to make this happen. So our destination didn't change, just the path we took to get there did. So I want you to keep that in mind. There are lots of ways to get to that destination, and don't let an obstacle throw you off. Just take the path that you need to get there. Next up, better than. I'm going to just go over some catchphrases that we hear every single challenge. Joe, I didn't do both my cardios, Jamie, but I did one, and that's better than yesterday because I didn't do any. So a lot of times we fall into a better than trap, and we accept the mediocrity. We think it's okay for us to be mediocre because we're doing better than. So just remember, better than, is it supporting your ultimate goal? Is it getting you to your destination? Is it your straight shot? Be very careful with using that phrase because it gives us permission to stray when we do better than. Just one. I know we've all been guilty of this. Just one drink, just one fry. I just want to taste it. Just one, just one. There's never just one. How many of us eat just one Lay's potato chip? Come on now. There is no just one. So let's be mindful and let's be disciplined, and just know that that just one could be a trigger that will create an obstacle that wasn't there to begin with. So be careful. The phrase, I can't, again, I go back to, if you say you can't, then you're right, you can't. So I always just recommend, just take it out of your vocabulary. Oh, I can't go to happy hour. I'm on the challenge. I can't go to dinner. I'm on the challenge. Okay, look, we're all grown adults. We can do whatever we choose to do. We're choosing not to do those things because they don't support our goal. And that's okay. And it's okay to choose not to, but just know it goes back to your mindset. I can't, so I feel deprived. okay, well, I'm not deprived. I'm just making better choices. I can go to dinner. I'm just choosing not to have a drink, and I'm choosing to eat on my meal plan. So shifting the mindset, being aware of the words that come out in our vocabulary and how it affects our way of thinking. And just knowing the struggle is real. I mean, the struggle, it's going to make us stronger. I know there's a lot of us on this call that have been through challenges, and I know I'm stronger for it mentally, physically, but just knowing I could achieve those goals that I set, seeing my body transform and being like, wow, I'm 50 years old and I'm in the best shape of my life. Like, who would have thought, you know? So, but the struggle getting here is no joke. But I feel like a better person because of it. And I know that it was worth it. And so I'm just telling, I'm just trying to use myself as an example that just stick with it and you won't regret it. But it's real and it's normal. So if you're struggling, don't think that you're the only one. It's part of the process in the program. So you're okay. And Steph, did you want to add anything to any of that?
I was just gonna actually put in the chat, you guys are all, especially if this is your first time doing this, you're maybe gonna get sick during this time. You're gonna get a headache from not eating sugar, or maybe cutting some of the things that you're used to having, not drinking sodas or whatever it is. There's gonna be times that you just feel like crap. So I just want to put that out there. That's normal, especially the first couple weeks. So we just push through those times. Obviously, we don't want people coming to the gym if they're sick. If you are actually sick, you know, we understand there's COVID and things like that going on. We don't want you coming to the gym if you're sick. Genuinely take some time to recover and rest. So we're not saying push through in those times, because you do have to give your body some time to rest if you genuinely are sick. But if you're just feeling like crap because your body's detoxing, then we want you to really try to push through those times.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Let's talk about our Facebook pages and the accountability portion of the challenge. So I know many of you are probably thinking, oh my God, if I have to join another Facebook group, I'm gonna pound my head against the wall. Yes, totally get it. We all understand. We're all in the same boat. So what I wanted to do is just kind of go over the different pages, the purpose, and just so you guys get an understanding of why there are so many. But first and foremost, I want to recognize a group of members here on the call who are part of the challenge, who are our captains. So we have 4 captains in the downtown location, and we have 6 captains or 6 teams, rather 6 teams in El Cajon, and we have 4 teams downtown. But here's what we want to make sure you know about your captains. They are 100% doing this on a volunteer basis. They do not get paid for this. They are not compensated for their time. And if you have done a challenge before, you know how time consuming it is for your captain. Your captains are doing Facebook posts. They're collecting your weights every week. They're making sure you're doing assessments. They're checking in with their challenge coordinator. They are literally the heart and soul of the challenge are your captains, and they do it absolutely for free. So that being said, please do what they ask of you. Your weekly weigh-ins, you're going to be asked to report your weight every Monday to your captains, along with a couple measurements. And we're going to get to that in just a second, but just make sure you do it. It's when you have a team of 15 challengers and 5 of you turn in weights, and we're chasing down 10 people for weights because it's going to cost your gym and your team points. And it's part of the holding you accountable is your weekly check-ins and your weekly weigh-ins, and your captain is there to hold you accountable. So chasing that step down is extremely time consuming. So be respectful of your captains and their time. and what they're asking of you. Be responsive. Also be respectful of the boundaries that they set. Many of our captains have full-time jobs and kids, and this isn't the only thing they're doing. Plus, 90% of them are doing the challenge as well. So they're doing their own cardio and their own workouts on top of helping and guiding you. So be respectful, help when you can. It takes a village. So if you can help out at events or help your captain gathering data or help keep the team accountable, please do so. Our captains are priceless and invaluable to our challenges. So we want to make sure that we treat them like royalty. So, and a huge thank you to our captains for those of you on the call. We could not do this without you. So thank you. Something unique this challenge, we're bringing back the San Diego gym versus gym. So some of you have participated in this before, some of you haven't. There is a big trophy. Yes, the trophy lives at El Cajon right now. Yes, I've seen so much smack talking, and it's super exciting and it's fun, and it's just another way that we keep each other accountable, because we're striving for that trophy, and your captains want this trophy. Trust me, they do. So anyway, bringing back the San Diego gym versus gym. I'm sorry, I have that bullet point a little out of order, but y'all get it. We have a national Facebook page. So not only do we have our own little region, gym versus gym, but we also have a national Facebook page that has all the gyms in it. And essentially, all of the hardcore fitness gyms are competing against each other. Each team starts with a certain amount of points. Each time we have a team member that doesn't report in their weights or doesn't report in their measurements, we lose points. If a team member doesn't do an assessment, if they don't do their scan, if they don't do their before and after pictures, then we really lose points. So everything that we ask you to do helps your team. It helps your team towards the San Diego region trophy, and it helps your team for the big national award for the winning gym. So just be mindful of that. But please, please, please join the national Facebook page. I have it highlighted here on the screen. The name of the group is Hardcore Fitness Hot for the Holidays. Request to join that. If you're not sure, if you need the link, it should be in your individual gym locations pages. If it's not, we'll make sure that we get it in there. It was also in the email that you received when you registered for the challenge. You received an email from Club Ready, and it says, "Oh, wow, Jamie, you did it." That's the big caption on the front. And then when you open that email, the first link in there is to this national page. So you'll want to make sure you join that page right away. They're going to be running all kinds of fun challenges and events that you have an opportunity to win prizes and gift cards and cash and swag and all kinds of fun stuff. That page is ran by our corporate office. So you'll see our founders, Larry and Nadia Nolan, on there quite often, just giving advice, and you have immediate access to them. So it's just a great thing to participate in and to be part of. So you'll want to make sure you join that national page. Each location has a Facebook page. I know you guys know this already. Downtown, El Cajon, all of you should be in that page. That's where Stephanie and I will announce things for you, like things that are coming up, challenges that are coming up, or just, assessment times, just general stuff that isn't necessarily covered in your team pages. So make sure you set the notifications for that page so you get your alerts when we post in there. There'll be a lot of posting in the beginning, but once you guys start the challenge and are kind of on your teams, the activity in that page will be very little. Mostly your info will come from your team pages. But please make sure you join both of them, the national page, your location page, and then you have your team pages. So then your captains are setting up two pages for your team. One is an info page, one is an accountability page. Your info page is where your captain will post information like, hey, make sure you sign up for class. We have an in-gym challenge tomorrow, or hey, if you haven't given me your t-shirt size yet, I need it. Like, so that's just your information post. Your accountability page is where you're actually going to post your daily workouts, and your captain will be advising how they want to see those workouts. Each captain kind of manages it differently. So your captain will let you know how those daily accountability posts will be made. And we do have the 2 separate groups because we don't want information posts to be stuck in the middle of 20 accountability posts in a day. So it is very important that we keep those pages separate, that you use your accountability page strictly for your workouts, and that you set your notifications on your info page to gather information from your captain. If there are any questions about Facebook pages or how that works, please feel free to chat it up. Some suggestions. We have found that if you make an accountability post on your personal page, strictly just saying, hey guys, I'm going to be off the social grid for a minute. I'm doing the 60-day challenge. I'm really excited about it. However, happy hours will be replaced with hikes. So if you want to go for a hike, hit me up. You want to come take a class with me, I'd love for you to try my gym. Yeah, marketing plug. Anything like just to make your friends and family aware of what's going on. So that way they're not like, wow, Jamie's been off the grid for a minute. Where has she been? What is she doing? So just kind of prepping them for what you're doing. And many times it leads to additional support, because if your friends and family know what you're doing, they're super excited. They'll be checking in on you. They'll be like, how's your challenge going? So that's what we hope results from that. Just a side note, I have seen it work against some challengers where they get some negativity and some pushback, like, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that. And, oh, whatever, you're doing a challenge. You can have one drink. And this is where the sabotagers come in. So if you need help with responding to those, we've all been there and seen it, and we can help with that. However, it's also your way to filter through those that maybe you hide them from your feed for 60 days. It's just going to be a good way for you to see who's going to be supportive and who's not. But more so just for the additional accountability and the support and laying the foundation to set you up for a successful 60 days. Write a list of your goals. Again, with your why being at the very top, and then some goals underneath. And they don't always have to relate to the scale. You'll hear us say throughout the challenge, and your captain say, non-scale victories in SV. What is a non-scale victory? It's a victory that has nothing to do with number on the scale, nothing at all. We have so many other tools that we can measure progress with. We do our scans, which measures our body fat, which is an extremely helpful tool. It shows our measurements. So we actually can see inches that are lost. We have the way our clothes are fitting, right? Like, oh, I couldn't get in these jeans 2 weeks ago. I've only lost 2 pounds, but my jeans are fitting. So there are so many other ways to measure your progress and to set goals not related to the scale. Maybe it is hiking Pels for the first time. Maybe it's you cut your mile time down. You know, if your initial mile is 12 minutes, maybe you're setting a goal that at the end of the 60 days, you want to be at 9 minutes. You know, it does not have to be a scale related goal. Weekly progress pictures. We highly recommend, it's not required, but recommended, that every Monday you snap progress pictures. Take it in the same spot, same lighting, wearing the same clothes, and just take your progress pictures, because it's another way to measure your progress. You may not be seeing the scale drop, but man, when you compare those progress pictures, it can be like, oh, but I can see the difference. And quite frankly, nobody sees the scale but you, right? So nobody sees that number on the scale. But when you start having people start seeing you look different aesthetically and you're feeling different, and those are really the times to celebrate, right? Because now everybody else is noticing. It's just not just me noticing the number on the scale. But so taking those weekly progress pictures will help measure progress. Journaling. I did not journal my first challenge, but I journaled my second and third challenge. And I so wish I would have journaled my first. So I added this to orientation a few challenges ago, because I do feel like it is so important to record how you're feeling during the day, your emotions, what are you going through? How are you feeling? Like, and it's so awesome to go back to my past journals and read through them and just remember the way that I was feeling. And, or if I get down and out, I'll refer back to my journals. Like, it just has helped me tremendously. And I know I've had a ton of feedback from past challengers who have actually done it. And they're like, I'm so glad you said that, because I never would have done it. So I just feel an obligation to share that with everybody and just recommend it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. It's not required. Steph, anything to add on this slide?
I know that in the Miramar location, one of our trainers at Miramar literally took a picture every single day at the same time in the same place. And she was able to do a video at the end. And it's an awesome, awesome thing to see. So as much as we all hate looking at pictures of ourselves, and, you know, especially when we're not where we want to be, at the end of your challenge, you're going to be a lot closer to where you want to be or where you want to be. So it's really, really amazing to see that. So all of that stuff, I know in the chat, it was asked, do those pictures have to be posted? Absolutely not. You don't have to post any pictures except your sweaty selfies or your heart rate monitor, that kind of thing. But if you're feeling extra like proud of where you're at and you want to post that, I can guarantee you it will inspire somebody. So it's really just how vulnerable do you want to be? We're all in the same boat. We're all focused on the same thing, and, you know, really trying to better ourselves, whether it's gaining more muscle or losing fat or whatever it is. So we're all here to be supportive. So I can guarantee you, if you do post pics, someone's going to be inspired and they're going to be encouraged.
Agreed, 100%. And the same thing goes for your workouts. When we talked about your accountability page on your teams, you'll be posting your daily workouts. You'll be posting a picture, a sweaty selfie of you doing cardio and doing your boot camp for the day. I cannot tell you how many times I woke up in the morning and did not want to do cardio. I pop onto the team page and there's 6 team members who got up at 4 a.m. and did cardio and took the 5:15 boot camp class. I'm like, really, Jamie? There is absolutely no excuse for you not to get up at 7 o'clock and do your fasted cardio when these people got up at 4 a.m. Like, it's so inspiring. So you never know who's watching, and you never know who you're going to make a difference for. So absolutely agree, Steph. Awesome. All right. Now let's talk about the meat and potatoes meal plans. So first, I'm just going to start off by saying a phrase that Tommy Reynolds used during my very first challenge orientation, and it has stuck with me ever since. And I had it actually at our old place posted on my refrigerator as a reminder. And it said, "We eat for purpose, not for pleasure." And Stephanie is mouthing it, and I'm sure Dawn is saying it to herself as well, and all the other veterans on the call now, that we eat for purpose, not for pleasure. And if you keep that in the back of your mind and just know what you're eating is fueling your workouts, it's fueling your cardio, it's all for fuel. It's not pleasure, it's fuel. And as long as we're aware of that, and the purpose, I'm eating for purpose, not for pleasure. That was my mantra for so long. So I encourage you, post it somewhere, remind yourself throughout the challenge. And so I say that to say this, your meal plans. We will be using the HCF Nutrition app, which we've used before in the past. Many of you may be new to the app. Many of you may have used it before. But we'll be doing things a little different this time. There will be an intake form that when you come in to do your scans or your pictures, or Steph, I'm not sure if that's how you're running it in El Cajon. Yes, when you come in to take your pictures, your scans, you'll be asked to fill out an intake form. It's going to ask you a bunch of questions. Just fill it out. We're going to take that intake form and we're going to set you up on the nutrition app. And once we do that, we will push your meal plan to your app and you will have a meal plan. Each location, we're going to post how you log in, or if you're new, like we're going to handle that by each individual location. I'm not going to go through the details of that right now on this Zoom call, but we will teach you how to use the app. We will teach you how to do substitutions. Now, the one thing that is different about this challenge from past challenges is we are not carb cycling this round. We are doing this as a macro-based meal plan. So you're going to receive a meal plan and it's going to give you your calories that you are to consume, your macros. So it's going to give you how much protein. That says carbs. It should say carbs. Sorry, typo on my slide. It's going to tell you how much protein, how much carbs, how much fat. You are going to be able to substitute those items as long as you keep your macros the same. As long as your macros stay the same, you can sub out your foods so you're not always eating the same thing every day. We're going to be very careful about this. We're going to ask that you stay in very close contact with your captain if you're making substitutions. We do offer just a foundation that essentially 50% of your calories are going to come from protein, 30% are going to come from carbs, and 20% are going to come from fat. The idea behind this is we really want to start trying to help you, educate you on nutrition, on how to do a macro-based diet. So when you come off the challenge, you continue that lifestyle. And yes, your calories will increase, but the way you manage them will remain the same. You're still going to be paying attention to how many grams of protein, how many grams of carbs, how many grams of fat, and sticking within these percentages. But it is going to allow you some flexibility. For you veterans and OGs, I already know, as a matter of fact, I just had 2 text messages come in while we're sitting here. Can we do the old plan? So this is totally up to you. If you have an old challenge meal plan and you want to stick to that meal plan, this is your challenge. You are welcome to use that if that is your preference. But I do highly encourage you to at least try it this way. I do see the benefit in it. I recently went to a flexible dieting and have educated myself on macros and how to manage that. So there's definitely some benefits to doing it. But it takes time and it takes patience. So we want to help you through that. So just know we're here to help you. We'll be managing this nutrition app at each individual location. We're working on meal plans. You will not get your meal plan until you have taken your picture and you've done your scan, you filled out your intake form. And I'll be completely honest, we are not even allowed to release meal plans until Friday. Friday is the very first day that we can release meal plans. So if you are scheduled to take your picture at EC, Steph, I think you started today. Downtown, we start tomorrow. Just know you will most likely not get your meal plan until Friday. And if you get it early, don't tell. It was a mistake. Not
getting it early.
You're not getting it early. So
no.
Yeah, downtown isn't getting exactly. Downtown isn't getting it early either, but I didn't want to step on your toes if you did release it before Friday. So you will not get your meal plan until Friday, but you'll have still plenty of time for us to go over that with you. We're going to make sure we walk through the meal plans with you and that you are ready to go to meal prep on Sunday and to get going on Monday. So do you have anything to add on meal plans or the app or intake?
Yeah, I did just want to say, I know on my team has started creating logins. So some people probably did get an email saying their login information. There's not the proper meal plan in there. So if you're a past challenger and you did get that email, or you're a new challenger and you did get that email, your meal plan's still not in there. So you will get it, like I said, or like Jamie said, by Friday. And I just wanted to reiterate, while it is a flexible plan so that you can substitute some things, we highly encourage you not to do that, especially in the first couple weeks. So just like Jamie said, she's gone to a flexible eating plan. If you guys are here to lose weight, then I would really encourage you to stick to the meal plan. And we can go over more of that stuff at each location with individuals when they're wondering about different things. So that's going to be my advice and encouragement to you guys. And another thing about a refeed meal, you're not going to see that. That will not be in the app. There is no refeed meal in the app. Those of you who have indicated that you want to lose a significant amount of weight and you want to lose like the highest weight that you can per week, then we will talk to you individually about a refeed plan and how that's going to work. So there'll be more information on that. That's really all I have. And look to your OG challengers for ideas, recipes. I always put out a recipe link with all kinds of different recipes on how to make things good, especially if you're not going to use Lean and Tasty. I'll be honest, my very first challenge, I did meal prep with a meal prep company because I didn't want to screw up and I really wanted to lose weight. So it was easy and I didn't have to think. I just had to grab my meals for when I went to work, the stuff that I could eat for breakfast and, you know, my late meals or my protein shakes, those were easy, but the actual cooking of the food, I didn't want to deal with my very first challenge. And it was great. It was successful. I lost 20 pounds. So just a note of kind of thinking ahead. If you can afford it and you don't want to take the time to do it, then get meal prep or get ideas if you want to figure out how to make extra lean ground turkey not taste like cardboard.
Very true. Very true. We'll also be posting a recipe book that an OG challenger made years ago. It's awesome. We recycle it every challenge because the recipes are amazing and they're all challenge approved. So we will post a recipe guide. We'll post a food guide that's going to tell you all about the seasonings that you can use, Flavor Gods, Mrs. Dash, all awesome seasonings to make your food taste good, but also natural herbs. Any kind of natural herbs you can add in there just to make your food taste good. Healthy food does not have to taste bad if you have the patience to cook it. Honestly. So we're going to give you some meal prep ideas, couple things, crock pot, Instapot, an air fryer, all those type tools are awesome and will be life-changing for you. The other thing, a food scale. A food scale, it's not negotiable. It's not, pick one up if you want to. No, it is mandatory. It is required. Please do not eyeball your food. It's a very big mistake. And it's one that a lot of first-time challengers fall into. And one of the first things that your captain will ask you if you're not seeing progress is, are you weighing your food? And are you drinking all your water? So weighing your food is not an option. Please, go get a food scale if you don't already have one, because weighing your food is essential. Water,
James?
gallon a day. Yeah. Yes, Dawn.
Sorry, just to go back to the whole diet portion of it, I know a lot of people might have this question later on, but they can't think of it right now, is what if they can't get all their meals in during the day? And what if they skip a meal? Going over that, I think, is really important.
Yeah, agreed. The first 2 weeks, you're going to kick and scream that it's way too much food and you can't get it all in. And don't worry, it's totally normal. By week 3, you're going to be begging us for more food. Stephanie, I need more food. I promise. So get through the first 2 weeks. Don't stress. If you can't eat it all, just don't eat it all. I always say, start with your protein. Get your protein in first, then get your carbs, your fats. Save your veggies for last. If you can't get your veggies in, we can always drink our veggies. So just start with the essentials. Protein's what's going to fuel your workouts, your carbs, your fats. So get those in as much as you can. But if you don't get them all in those first 2 weeks, don't stress about it. It's okay. It's all going to catch up. If you miss a meal, I oftentimes are, I missed meal 2. Can I combine meal 2 and 3? Not yet. Probably not. It's really going to depend on what your goals are and how your body is responding. There have been challenges where I'll say, yeah, you need to get all those calories in. You cannot afford to have an 800 calorie day. Yes, double up your meals if you need to. And then there's other challenges that I feel like, are you hungry enough to eat more food? No, I can't even eat my meal now. Okay, well then don't double up on your meals. It's fine. Eat the meal that you're on. So it's really kind of a judgment call. Do either Dawn, Steph, do you guys want to?
I have some suggestions because when I very first started hardcore, I only ate 2 meals a day. So I did a couple things to help. One is I ate within an hour of getting up. As soon as I was done with my fasted cardio, I ate right after that. And the other thing is I set my alarm for every 3 hours. And I just really tried to get into the habit of eating every 3 hours. And that helped to get all 6 meals in. But just like Jamie said, in the beginning, you're not going to even want all those meals. It's going to feel like way too much food. But once you start actually doing the workouts, the boot camps and fight camp and cardio, all that stuff, you are going to get hungrier. And so just kind of condition yourself into eating every 3 hours. The other thing that if you absolutely cannot get all 6 meals in, cut out meal number 5. So when you're looking at your meal plan, the 5th meal on there, which usually is just the fish and veggies, you can cut out meal 5, but we don't want you to cut out meal 6.
Yep, perfect.
There's a couple of super good questions in the chat if we can just address some of them. So one of them was, what if you're not a breakfast person? I'd probably say my biggest advice on that is become one.
I was just going to say, there are going to be ones pretty soon.
Again, like what Stephanie said, sometimes getting a meal in is going to be, you're going to be chasing water to help swallow it. You're going to be just really pounding your fist against the table. You really don't want it. But after the first 2 weeks, you're going to be starving for that meal and you're going to wish that you had it. And plus, having that really clean meal is what starts us off with our day. If we skip that meal, the whole point to meals and spreading them out to 6 times a day is so that our glycemic index does not just drop to the floor and then you're in the starvation mode, you end up storing fat, and you just end up overeating in the next meal. So I was never a breakfast person ever, and I had to force myself to eat it. And now eating breakfast for the last 5 years, if I cannot eat breakfast, I will literally starve all day and I'm going to just make bad choices for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Very bad choices. So
Agreed.
It sounds really harsh, but you just got to grind your teeth literally and stick that food in your mouth and get to it.
Yeah.
Another good question. So go ahead.
Just to add on that, Dawn, a lot of people, and I know the person who asked that question about breakfast, find what is easiest. And I know this person in particular can't have eggs, but we do make some things really easy. Muscle egg is an easy, quick thing, quick way to get protein, or protein shakes are a good way to get protein. So you can get something that first meal. So look for something that's easy. I always like to say I'm the laziest fit person that you'll ever meet. Because I don't like to cook. I only like to cook for occasion when it's food we're not really supposed to be eating.
Yeah, use that exchange list. Get in there and find what fits the macros and find something that's palatable for you, especially that early in the morning. If you work out early in the morning, you definitely need to have carbs before you work out. So another question on here is, what about intermittent fasting?
Yeah, well, the way this works, the way the meal plan works this round is it's all based on your macros. So if intermittent fasting is a choice that you're making, then you have, your time frame to get in the calories that are on your meal plan. That would be my advice. The challenge is not designed for intermittent fasting. It's also, just a side note, not designed for vegetarian or vegan, although we have been able to modify meal plans to support it. It's just not what the challenge was built for. So there are ways to manipulate it. And especially with this is not a carb cycling program, that intermittent fasting, you should be able to take your calories that are pushed to your meal plan and just get those macros in within the time that you allow yourself to eat.
Good. Another good question is, how do supplements like protein shakes after a workout fall into the routine?
Yeah, it depends what program you're on. If you're you want to follow the meal plan as close as possible. But if you're doing a builder program, you're going to be eating a ton of food, and most likely your post workout is going to include a protein shake of some sort. Protein shakes, especially if you're doing builder program, it's kind of a little bit of a freebie. So, and your captain can help with that as well, but follow your meal plan to as close as possible. Keep your macros in line. If you want to shift some of your protein to have a post-workout shake, you have the flexibility and the ability to do that as long as you stay within your macros.
I see flavored sparkling waters is a question as well. We want you guys to really just drink water. If you have to have some flavored sparkling water, I would just make sure that it's, what are those ones? I don't drink those.
As long as they're sugar-free. I forget if it's like LaCroix or if it's another one that also is really low in certain sweeteners as well. Because sweeteners are just going to cause excessive bloating. So if you're like me and when you're on prep, you have a major sweet tooth and you end up taking shots of sugar-free syrup, just remember that there's sweeteners in there that are going to cause bloating as well.
Yeah. And we'll get to stuff like the supplements, you guys. That's something that we can at each location talk about. We've posted the supplement packages. So I know people have asked about pre-workout and different supplements. I know at EC, I've posted them all up on the wall so you guys can look at them and see exactly what is in each thing in each package and why you take supplements. It'd be too long for us to go over all of that now. Definitely. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Sam. When I get to the supplement slide, I refer to Larry's video. So there's going to be a link to Larry's video. It talks about every single supplement, what the purpose is, what it does, who should take it. And it's very informative. So when you watch it, you'll be able to determine which supplements you feel you would benefit from. Supplements are not required at all. They're completely optional. And yeah, So we can definitely talk about that if you have questions that you're, address them at your local location. But Larry's video is extremely informative, and I think we'll answer all supplement questions. As far as meal plan and foods and the nitty gritty, I see a lot of detailed questions in the chat. We're going to get to all that when you're in your teams and your captains and what I'd like to do is move forward and start chatting about cardio. And if you have additional questions about the meal plan, about specific foods or anything else that we didn't get to just yet, please feel free to post it in your location in either your EC or your downtown challenge groups, and we will make sure we get answers immediately for you. But right now we're running on like over an hour, and I just want to make sure that we cover everything. I know there's going to be questions about cardio as well. So I'd like to talk to you about cardio. If there are OGs on the phone, many of us started challenges doing 2 cardios a day. So our regimen for OG challengers, we did fasted cardio every day. Or 6 days a week. We did a boot camp, and we did a nighttime cardio. We did 3 workouts, 6 days a week. And I know there are many of us on this call that have done that program before. It was extremely successful, and it was by far a challenge. However, what we found were the results post-challenge were not great. It was very, very hard to continue that regimen. We got up to 500 calories of cardio in the morning, a boot camp, and 500 calories at night. And that's where we capped. We capped it at 500, but literally doing 1,000 calories of cardio a day, plus a boot camp, plus some of us were on a shredder program with only 1,200 calories of food. So it was not ideal. But what I will say is we learned from it. And we've grown and we've gotten better. Each challenge we get better. We learn, we implement, we get better. So this is one area we have learned in. So for all intensive purposes, 1 cardio, preferably fasted, 1 boot camp, 5 to 6 days a week, what fits your schedule, okay? But just know get with your captain, because depending on what your goals are, it may justify 2 cardios a day. However, it may only be 2 cardios a day for the first 4 weeks, and then we gauge progress and then we adjust. So there's a lot of flexibility that comes into the cardio portion of the program. It's not like it used to be. So if you want to do 2 cardios a day because you have a very aggressive goal, we will support you. However, what we will ask is you 100% have a plan post-challenge to properly reverse diet, because it does not do you any good health-wise. It does not do the gyms any good to have you lose 30, 40 pounds on a challenge to 3 months later put 60 pounds on. Like, that just doesn't benefit anybody. Nobody wants that. And those are the types of numbers we were seeing. And I can only say that with such confidence because I was one of them. I lost 30 pounds my first challenge and put 45 back on before the next challenge started 8 weeks later. So I promise you, it's no fun to do that. It is no fun to sacrifice for 60 days only to put the weight on plus more in 60 days. Like, it's very counterproductive. So we had to adjust and we had to make some changes. And cardio is the area where we found that to be the most effective. And so we're going to look at your goals, and we're going to make sure that you have an end planned in mind, that you commit to reverse dieting, properly coming off that cardio in order to support you doing 2 a days for the duration of the challenge. So that is going to be an area that is just flexible. It's not cookie cutter, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So some guidelines here. If you have a goal to lose 15 or more pounds on the challenge, you may want to start off with 2 cardios a day. If it's more than 15 plus, you may want to start with 2 cardios a day and see your progress. If by the midpoint you've lost 10 pounds and you only have 5 more pounds to lose, well, you don't need to continue to do 2 a day cardios. We're going to scale back your cardio. If you have 5, 6, 7 pounds to under 10 pounds, you're definitely only doing 1 cardio a day. There's absolutely no reason for you to do 2 cardios a day. Builders, we recommend 1 cardio a day, 300 calories. You stay there the entire challenge. If you start to lose too much weight, we may cut your cardio altogether and say, hey, that's it, no more cardio. You know, so it really is, it's extremely subjective. It's an area that you need to be in contact with your captain. And please know, if your captain isn't well-versed in cardio or isn't sure, they have an entire support system behind them to go to. They can go to any of us at the gym, trainers, staff, challenge coordinators, where we can take a look and adjust and help guide them to guide you. So we do start cardio at 250 calories to begin for week 1. We increase, and if you're doing 2 a days, you would do 250 in the morning, 250 at night. Okay. If you're doing 1 a days, it's 1 a day for 250. We recommend it to be fasted. Why do we recommend fasted cardio? Because you have been fasting, so your body uses stored fat for your fuel for your cardio. So when you do fasted cardio, you're immediately burning stored fat. When you do cardio at the end of the day, you're burning whatever residual fuel you still have from the food that you've eaten all day. You're using that to burn your calories. So it's far more effective to burn the stored fat when you have a weight loss goal. So fasted cardio is what, that is why we recommend fasted cardio. So whether you're doing 1 or 2 sessions, we recommend one of the 2 being fasted. And if you're doing 1, try to make it fasted as often as you can. Each week we increase your calories. So week 1, we go 250, week 2, we go 300, week 3, 350, week 4, 400, so on and so forth. You get it. We don't go beyond 500 calories in a session. Tracking your calories is very important. And this is something that comes up every single challenge. How do I track my calories? How do I know if I'm burning 250 calories? And here's the answer to that. However you do it, stay consistent. So if you are using the same treadmill at the gym and you're going to use the calories on the equipment, which I highly don't recommend because most of them aren't calibrated. So using your gym equipment for counting your calories is probably the least effective. But if that's your tool and that's what you want to use, just make sure you're using that every week. So if you're using that machine and it says 250, use that machine all week and then use the same machine for 300. So it really limits you. So I'm not saying that's ideal, but I'm saying if that's your option and that's your choice, then make sure you're consistent with it. What we highly recommend is getting some kind of tracker, whether it's like the heart rate monitor that we have for Fight Camp, or if it's your Apple Watch, or if it's an app, whatever it is that you have, make sure you're consistent in using it week to week. Does that make sense to everybody? If there are questions, please stick them in the chat. I know this is an area that we tend to get a lot of questions on and can be a little fuzzy sometimes. Okay.
I'll just answer the question that is in the chat. It's asking, should cardio and boot camp be broken up or back to back in the morning? It's really up to you how you want to do it. So if you have the energy and the time and you want to go ahead and do your cardio and then go into a boot camp, my recommendation is if you're going to do fasted cardio, bring your meal number 1 to the gym, eat your meal number 1 and do your boot camp so that you have some energy to actually lift weights. And then what else was in here? I guess that was it about cardio. Okay. I just want to reiterate too about your tracker, whatever you're using. I have used my Apple Watch and the heart rate monitors that we have at the gym, both exactly at the same time to figure out which is giving me the right amount of calories or whatever that I'm burning. And I will tell you again, I'm the laziest fit person I know. So if I have to do 250 calories, I want to make sure that I'm getting 250 calories the fastest way possible. If my Apple Watch is showing me that it takes me 35 minutes, but my heart rate monitor from the gym is showing me it takes me 25 minutes, I'm going to use my heart rate monitor. So I just want to let you guys know, when you have something like on your wrist, it's not always going to pick up the same way as something that's strapped right to your heart.
Exactly.
So just something to think about. I always use my heart rate monitor. I don't care if I'm hiking Cowles Mountain, or I'm doing a boot camp, or I'm doing fight camp, or on the treadmill or stairs. That's what I use. It works. Change out the batteries when they need to be changed out, and it's good to go.
Agreed, 100%. Okay. So Monday morning, we're going to start. Go ahead, Steph.
I was just going to say, the other heart rate monitors that you guys have, if it's not a Wahoo, unfortunately, it won't work with, I think Dawn just put in there too, the fight camp heart rate monitors need to be that, what is it? Ant Plus? I don't know what that is, but I think they don't work unless they're that
Brand.
Wahoo brand.
Okay. So Monday morning, we'll start cardio, 250 calories, preferably fasted. We'll increase cardio 50 calories per week. Please, you'll get with your captains, talk it out. What if you think you're going to want to start with 2-a-day cardios, you're going to want to let your captain know that. And again, we just ask that you are very, very regimented in having a post-challenge plan. I wanted to share with you, this is we will provide this to you in your groups. And this is a flow chart of, we've used this in previous challenges. Totally up to you if you would like to use this as a guideline. I found it pretty valuable with some of my team members over the last couple of challenges. It's really just a guideline. Like, did you hit your goal? Yes. Cool. Stay where you're at. You didn't? All right. Increase by this. And then you just keep increasing. And if you're at your goal, you just stay where you're at. So I found it to be very helpful. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but we will share it with you so you can use it as a guideline if you need it. Next up, our sub packages. Again, like we mentioned before, they're optional. They're not required. We're going to post a link to a YouTube video with from our founder, Larry Nolan, where he's talking about each and every supplement. We encourage you to watch it to make the educated decision or choice of which supplements that you would like to take, or if you want to take any at all. We also have supplement packages that I believe have been posted in the groups. If you want to pre-order them, you're welcome to. We'll have them ready for you. Some of the I know downtown, we need to restock on our muscle legs, so we may not have every flavor available this week, but it's on order. It's coming next Wednesday. But just getting your mind set around it. Outside of protein, BCAAs, muscle egg, if you like the flavored egg whites, a lot of the other supplements, we don't even recommend you take for the first week or so, really 2 weeks. Let your body get acclimated to all these changes that are going on. We're going through so much at one time. We literally are putting ourselves into a caloric deficit immediately, where some of us have never been in one before. You know, some of us are going from 3,000 calories a day to 1,200 calories a day. Wow, our bodies are going to be in absolute shock. And then we're adding cardio that some of us are not used to doing cardio daily, and some of us not even used to doing boot camp. So imagine all that stuff working all together, and then we throw supplements into it. Like, whoa, pump the brakes, slow down. So a lot of times we don't even recommend introducing the supplements till week 1, week 2, maybe try some pre-workout, see how your body responds to it. You know, protein, BCAAs, egg whites, of course, those are all jump on. You can get on those right away. But everything else we kind of want to baby step you into anyway. So you don't have to make those decisions right now. If you want to take some time to educate yourself, talk to your staff at the gym, talk to the trainers who are very well educated. Don't feel like you need to make all these decisions right now either. But just know we have supplements available that will help you on your journey. Ways to win. Each gym location will have a male and female first and second place winners. There will be a national from the individual first place winners. They all compete against each other in a national challenge. It's your before and after pictures. That's all that's looked at. We don't know your story. There's nothing else to it. It's literally your before and after pictures. So first place winners in males, first place winners in females compete against each other for a $3,000 cash prize. There's also a chance to win $3,000 for recording a video and giving your testimony on your journey. And please, we're going to post all this and we'll talk about this in our groups as well. We do have the trophy for the San Diego local gym winner that we talked about earlier. And then there is a national gym winner where our Huntington Beach location won the last national, was the national gym winner. So we are all in contention for that. Again, it's point-based. Here's what we need from all of you. We need for you to stay on top of your weekly weigh-ins, get your weigh-ins to your captains every Monday, and then your measurements of your waist and hips. Did I do that right? Is it waist and hips? It might be chest and hips. Regardless, your captains are going to let you know what you need to report in on Mondays. But that's what we need from you to be in contention to be the national gym winner. Before and after pictures are required. Assess before and after assessments, before and after scans. Those three things are required for you even to qualify to even be a winner at each gym location. So again, weekly weigh-ins, your measurements, making sure you get your before and after pictures, before and after assessments, before and after scans. If there are any questions about that, please feel free to put it in the chat. And here I recap our requirements. You must take before and after pictures wearing proper apparel, which most of you, I think, know. Ladies, we ask that you wear a black, either bikini or black workout shorts, booty shorts, and a black sports bra. Just know, I know it's uncomfortable taking these before pictures. Trust me, I know this personally. But the more you can show, the more your transformation will show. And I cannot tell you how many times at after pictures, I have ladies say, oh, I wish I would have wore something different. I wish I would have wore my dating suit. I wish I would have wore a bikini. I wish I would have showed more. So their transformation showed more. So just keeping that in the back of your mind. I know it's uncomfortable, but just to show off your hard work and your transformation, less is more. Gentlemen, black, what am I looking for? I don't want to say Speedos. Black underwear, black boxers.
Boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs, thank you. Black boxer briefs. Again, they don't, if you can avoid them being down to your knee, that's great. Like the shorter they are, the more they show your quads, the more you show, the more your transformation shows. They must be black. Please don't show up in an orange bathing suit, and please don't show up in pink boxer briefs. It's happened before. Please make sure they're black. You must do before and after scans, assessments, weigh-ins, measurements. We talked about all that already. So those are requirements. All right, I am ready for a Q&A session. Who feel free to unmute if you want to talk it out. If you prefer to put it in the chat, we're happy to answer questions in the chat. But there
is a question in the chat. One about weigh-ins. You guys have to have a scale at home. You don't have to go to the gym to weigh yourself. We actually recommend first thing in the morning, go to the bathroom, don't put clothes on, go step on your scale.
Yep.
So send us that weight. That's what we need every week. Another question was, can we do cardio at home? Absolutely. You can do cardio wherever you want. A lot of people like doing cardio at the gym, doing fight camp, because you can sometimes get your first and second cardio if you're doing double cardios with the calorie burn that you get in a fight camp, but you can do cardio wherever you want. Another question I got
I'm
on
going to piggyback that real quick too,
Yeah.
as far as cardio. Do what you're not used to doing. So if you're a runner already and you run every day, change it up, get on the Stairmaster, get into fight camp, shock your body. Your body will respond more favorably if it does something it's not used to doing. So surprise it, shock it, try new things as far as your cardio.
Yeah. I know someone asked too about why is it a set number when someone who weighs 200 pounds is going to burn the calories a lot faster than someone who weighs 100 pounds. And really, we have to start somewhere, and we always adjust. So if someone who is 100 pounds is doing cardio and they're losing too much weight, we're going to stop them. So this is why you talk to your captains and why your captains are always checking in with you. So you can figure out, like, how is everyone doing? If you're not losing enough, or you're losing too much, we always are going to adjust. So don't worry about that. And what else was in here? If we have to travel for a few days and won't have access to a gym or go to a special wedding event, well, I'm gonna tell you guys, I have been known to eat ground turkey and rice and vegetables cold, like not even having a microwave. Or bringing my food with me to certain places. Every time we've done like the Slim for Summer, it always ends, up during Mother's Day. And what does my family do every year for Mother's Day? A huge brunch spread. What do I eat? My chicken and rice. So, if you guys are in the challenge, you are committing to following a meal plan and doing the workouts. So I understand if you don't have access to a gym, you still can go run outside. You still can do some type of workout. Plus, we have the live stream that you literally don't have to have weights necessarily to do those workouts. You can add live stream to your membership. It's only $15 a month. If you are going to be traveling, and you can work out, they give modifications. So you can use a gallon water bottle as a weight, but you can do something. You can look on YouTube. I didn't work out at the gym all the time. Sometimes when I wanted to do fasted cardio, I'd turn on a YouTube video. I just Google, hit workout for 20 minutes. And
the
I
other
would
thing
do that.
is 100%. And you can get a set of bands on Amazon for literally $25, and you can do an entire band workout. We used only bands on our rooftop downtown for a very long time before we took our weights up there, and did strictly band workouts. So you literally can get an awesome workout with a $20 pair of bands. And traveling, if you're staying in a hotel, I don't know if you knew this, but if you had diabetes and need insulin shots, you must have a refrigerator. So there's been plenty of times I've been in hotels and I've been diabetic, so I could have a refrigerator and put my meals in it. So it's a little white lie, but it's for my health. So you definitely can have a mini fridge brought to your hotel room if you need to store meals.
Do we do an in-person meeting with our teams at all at the gym, or are we just going to be primarily social media and just run into each other at the gym?
I think each location is doing it a little different. Your captains hopefully have reached out to you to let you guys know at EC. We're having a meetup on Saturday after assessments. So if your team captains haven't been able to go there, or to, get in touch with you or set that up, if they're not able to come on Saturday, most likely they will figure out a time to meet up with you, but I'm hoping that everyone will be able to meet sometime before the challenge actually starts.
Totally. And we also do what we call out of gym challenges. We have 3 of them per 2 or 3 per challenge, where we get together as a team, as teams outside of the gym, and do little events to compete against each other. And that's typically, if you're not taking classes at the same time, you know, you may see your teammates for the very first time at that event, which is usually like 2-3 weeks into the challenge. And we do that is specifically for that. So we do have a chance for us all to be together, because everybody takes classes at different times. So it's really challenging to get a whole team together. So if you're not able to hook up before, just know we do have things planned within the challenge that are going to hopefully allow that to happen.
There's a question about, are there rules for scans? I remember you're not supposed to do it after you work out. Is it supposed to be fasted too? It really is up to you guys how you want to do the scans. I recommend that when you're going to do them, if at all possible, you do it kind of at the same time. So if you're coming in the morning, you've already had meal number 1, or you're coming in the afternoon and you've already had meal number 4, do your final scan kind of the same way. Obviously, it's going to be better if, you know, you've had less meals, but you're also going to be a little bit dehydrated, and that does affect it a little bit too. So we typically say don't work out and then do a scan, because you are a little bit more dehydrated. But I don't know, Jamie, if you have any more information.
Yeah, typically when we lift weights, you know, we get swole, we fill with water actually. So our scans are actually overstated. Like we seem bigger than we are after we work out, because that's where that term swole comes from, right? So we're a little swollen. So we definitely don't recommend scanning post workout. If you can do it in the morning before your workout. But like Stephanie said, it's consistency. Just if try to keep it consistent every time you scan. Yeah.
There was another question about cheat meals. That is the refeed I was talking about. Not everybody is going to have cheat meals. It really is going to be dependent on where you're at, and we'll get more information because we'll have your intake sheet about how much weight you want to lose and how quickly you want to lose it, that kind of thing. We'll be talking with you, and so your captains will get you the information about refeeds. But no one needs to be thinking about refeeds right now.
Yeah, I'll think about. Yeah, we call them refeeds. They're not cheat meals.
Yeah,
or cheat days.
Exactly. Yeah, so just be patient. I know one thing that I remember too from that very first challenge that stuck with me every time is everybody can do this for 60 days. Anybody can do anything for 60 days. So just set your mind, if you're, you know, gonna eat clean, you're gonna eat clean for 60 days. Some of you will need a refeed meal, so don't worry, we will get you refeed meals. But the very first challenge I did, I never had a cheat meal.
I didn't. The 3 I did, I never had one.
Yeah.
Never, not one time.
So
all right, Savon, I see your hand up there, girlfriend. What's happening?
Important point.
Unmute. Jamie, can you go over how important it is to be a team player, especially when it comes to the out of gym challenges?
How about you talk on it?
Well, being in the past, being in challenges, I feed off the energy of my team, and I love to see everyone participate. And it can be frustrating when it comes to the out of gym challenges and only 2 of you show up. And then you see some of your team members in boot camp. And so, and I don't know if Jamie is going to allow teams to combine.
Yes, it's a very good point that you make. And you're right. A lot of us do feed off each other. And it is a little disappointing when there's an out of gym event and team members choose to go to boot camp versus participating in the team challenge. So you make a very good point. It is very important. We are, we're all in this together. So we just ask if schedules allow. We will post a calendar ahead of time. Actually, we should have the calendar up by Saturday, where you'll have, notice ahead of time of what days those events are on. We do also understand some of you work on weekends or you have kids. So those type of commitments aren't going to allow you to participate. And we get that 100%. But I think the point is being when you're in boot camp or you're making choices like not to participate when you are actually available, that it is a little disheartening. So it really is a team effort. We are, we're competing against other gyms. We're competing national. Like we want to really just make this successful, and we do that as a team. And so, thank you for bringing that up, Devon. And yeah, please take a look at the calendars and mark off on your calendar when we do have out of gym challenges, because they can really be a lot of fun. If you have the participation. But there is a lot of planning and coordinating. As challenge coordinators, we're already thinking of events and what are we doing? What do we need? What equipment? What blah, blah, blah. So there's a ton of planning that goes behind it. And we do it for you. And we want to do it for you because we want to make it a fun team experience. But we need bodies and participation for that to happen. So we encourage you all to participate when you can.
Yeah, and to add on that point too, the overall winner of the challenge, especially for the San Diego gyms, it's really counted by completion. So we're looking for 100% completion. We know we're not going to get that from everyone, but 100% completion means that you're doing your scans and you're doing your before pictures and you're doing your weekly weigh-ins and you're participating in the team challenges and all of that stuff. It really counts towards points for your team. So when you just blow it off and you don't do it, it affects everyone. And so we don't want to be that person that lets our team down. It's no fun.
Absolutely.
The other question in here is how many days during the week are we supposed to do boot camp during the challenge? I believe it was 5 or 6 days a week doing boot camp and 6 days a week doing cardio. Anybody else?
Can you say those words one more time? How many days boot camp and cardio? My mind just totally flipped them around in my head.
I can't imagine why. You've only been listening to us for like 2 hours.
Boot camp is, we want you to weight train 5 or 6 days a week. If you're feeling, really, burnt out and your body is feeling really taxed, then do 5. But cardio, we want you to do 6 days a week.
Jamie. Hi, Ian and Sita.
Hi, darling. Sorry to get your time. Thank you so much for the provided information. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can see you down there too.
I'm so excited. This is my second challenge. My first one was very successful. And the second one, I know with the entire team around and best trainers is going to be a good one. However, with the pictures taken, I'm going 2 weeks to Los Angeles and planning to take to downtown LA hardcore. The pictures that I'm going to take is not from the same house location that I'm going to take the challenge from. Would that cause any problem? And the scanning will be not from the home base.
When are you going?
I'm leaving on next week, Thursday, and come back on mid-October.
Okay, so as far as pictures are Friday or Thursday and Friday.
No. For any indoor, out.
Oh, yes.
Classes and stuff.
You'll be fine. The only thing that won't sync are your scans. You have to scan at your home location, but you won't be in a before or after scan. So you'll be fine. Now, if you want to scan your mid scan there, just so you have the results for yourself, 100% fine. It just won't sync with the in-body downtown.
Oh, I see. Okay. Even though on the app that I have from the scan itself that we are using in our hardcore.
It only syncs to one in-body license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. It won't affect your challenge, and you'll still get to scan and have your numbers.
Thank you so much. Sorry for that.
No, of course. Any other questions you guys have?
I do see a question. Will Saturday and Sunday boot camps be something other than full body? Because some of us need rest days in the middle of the week and we miss body specific workouts with weekends, if only full body.
It won't be full body every single weekend. They sprinkle in some legs on Saturdays and some conditionings. But the truth of the matter is we don't have control over that. That is, we are a franchise. We are franchise locations. That is mandated by our corporate office. They do the workouts. Every single hardcore fitness does the same body part across the nation. So we have no control over what the body part is. We just follow the rules.
And just so you guys know, I did answer in the chat, but if you're wondering what you need for fight camp, a heart rate monitor is not required, but you do have to have gloves and wraps. We will not let you take fight camp without gloves and wraps.
Which we do sell at the gym.
Yeah. Also, someone asked about, does conditioning count as cardio? I also answered this, but I'll say out here in this chat, conditioning can count as cardio, but if it doesn't meet your total cardio requirements, then you will have to add more cardio into that.
And you will have to do a boot camp. So if your conditioning class that you take for boot camp is fulfilling your cardio requirement, where's your boot camp? Keep that in mind. Now, if you want to do a conditioning in the morning and a conditioning in the afternoon, more power to you. It's a great way, a different way to get cardio in for sure. You can, yeah. So there, yeah, yep.
One last thing, if we still have people on here, I know Jamie said just a tiny bit, and I did answer in the chat also about reverse dieting. I'm going to tell you guys right now, we don't talk about it all that much during the challenge, but it is 100% the most important part of doing a challenge is reverse dieting. So if you think you're just doing this for 60 days and then you're going to go about your life and go back to doing whatever you were doing, I'm going to tell you the way to be 100% successful and continue on is to get in your mind right now how you're going to do reverse dieting. We will have a reverse diet meeting towards the end of the challenge. It's the least attended thing that we have every single time we do a challenge. It's the most important thing though. I'm just going to say it over and over. It's the most important part of the challenge is reverse dieting. So mark that off, think about it, remember that I said it. It's what's going to sustain your weight loss for a longer period of time.
And we do have a reverse diet. We call it an exit orientation. And essentially it's an orientation on what to do after the challenge. This is the orientation for what to do during. We have an exit orientation. How do I come off the challenge? What do I do? What do I eat? How much cardio do I do? What's going on? So we do have a full meeting where we talk about that. We talk about after pictures and tanning and all that stuff. So when you see the exit orientation on your calendar, that's what that is. It's your reverse diet meeting. It's your, how do I come off this challenge successfully?
Are we done?
We good? Okay, well, this isn't your last opportunity to ask questions by any means. So again, use your resources, use all of your support system. We are all here for you. I know this is scary for some of you doing this for the very first time, and you're going to have a ton more questions, and it's 100% okay and normal, and we are here for you. And we just wish you the beautiful experience over the next 60 days.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see you guys on the reverse diet Zoom.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I just want to add, you guys all, I know Jamie and I are on here and Dawn was on here earlier. So I'm sure a lot of people want to come ask us questions, but if you can please kind of use the chain of command there, where you go to your captains, and if your captains don't know something, they're going to go to the trainer that's assigned to help that team. And then if the trainer doesn't know, then they'll come to us. But if you guys can really just go to your captains first, because it's really, really hard for us to answer everyone's questions individually.
Absolutely. And to piggyback off that, if you're not comfortable with the answer that you're getting, if something doesn't make sense to you, question it again. Like, then come to us at any time. It doesn't mean you please come to us, especially if you're being told something that you're not completely comfortable with.
Absolutely.
We are here to confirm and to help with that as well. So
Yeah.
Please don't be afraid to challenge something if it doesn't make sense to you either.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that we're not accessible. We are totally 100% accessible. Everybody at my gym knows that I'm there a lot and my door's open. You guys can definitely come talk to me. But I do really want to say, like, this is the opportunity and this is why the captains are there to help you guys. And most of them have gone through it themselves.
For sure. All right. On that note, we'll give you guys, well, what's left of your evening to ponder what we talked about tonight. Yeah, use your groups, use your support system for additional questions, and be mindful of your groups because we're going to be posting a whole lot of stuff over the next 5 days. So be ready.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.